defeat the right enemy. And who is that? Bullshit management. Who of you have more than 15 hours of meetings a week? Raise your hands. Okay. Keep it raised if it's more than 20. More than 30? Let's prioritize. Stop right now and delete meetings that you have in your calendar. Many people think that a good product is a product that you have no features to add. And truth, a good product is the one you have nothing else to remove. How does your backlog item age in average? If it ages like wine, you treat like the longer it stays there, the better it becomes. This is bullshit. So if you look at your backlog and you cannot tell a story where you're going, I'm gonna give you one audacious suggestion. Now let's face it, doing product is pretty damn hard. And you cannot change that. But you can be the hero of your story. You can change. It is on you.
Right? So I'm really looking forward to his talk. David, join me on stage. Here is your applause. Do it.
Thanks for the introduction. Looking forward to the talk. I hope you have some energy. It's the last talk, and I know you want to network with everybody. So let's just have an honest conversation here. Being a product manager is bloody hard. Because everybody wants you, and you to be a backlog manager. Features, 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 and more features. That's all they want. That's all that matters. And what about value? Who cares? You care. All of you care. That's why you're here, isn't it? You want to deliver value. The question is, how can you do that when everybody distracts you? You've got to do one thing, and you've got to do pretty damn right. Defeat the right enemy. And who is that? Thomas named it. Bullshit management. It will start the following. You have to recognize your reality. And you know, it sucks. And that doesn't matter. The question I have for you is, what can you do today for better tomorrow? That's what I want to help you. So there's one thing called theory, there's another thing called reality. If you want to defeat the real enemy, bullshit management, you need to understand both. Let's look at the theory. In the middle of everything, there's someone called the product manager. Sometimes this guy will have different labels. I'm not gonna get into that, but it's someone who has end-to-end responsibility. In the promised land, you're gonna be the decision maker. You call the shots. You decide what to do, what not to do. You decide where to land, what is the vision, what is the purpose. And you set the strategy. You simplify decision making. You uncover ideas that will drive value. What else do? You're going to partner with business. Let me repeat that. Partner with business. I hate the term stakeholder management. It sucks. People hate being management. It is about alignment. And of course, as a product manager, you are going to set outcome-oriented roadmaps. What do you want to achieve by when? You have no idea how to get there, but you will figure that out. And you will talk to customers, the ones who use your product. What else you're going to do? Maximize value for business and customers. I have a tricky question for you. Who is in this world here? Raise your hands, please. Who? Bob is there. Thomas is there. Great, I see some people. This is the promised land. Now, let's look at the harsh reality. In the middle is still the product manager. It's a little bit different. What happened is you are a decision follower. Someone is going to call the shot, and you need to follow it. What about vision? Let's leave like that. And the strategy? If available, you follow. And now comes the thing. How do you prioritize? It is all about betting as high as you can on features. And then you do this. Cross your fingers, hope for the best. If you're lucky, then maybe it works. And then you have to please the gods. Oops, sorry, business. Sorry for that. And what about roadmap? We all know you put all the features you have to deliver, right? That's the game. And you're going to exchange with business people. Not the customer, business people. And what is your job? Shall we talk about it? Now, let's be honest. Raise your hands if you do something like that. I will raise also, no worries. I think we should change that. Look here. There are two roads, the promised land and the harsh reality. I have been a very bad product manager. I suck, that's true. But I am curious. I am resilient. I try different things. If you are in the promised land, well, you are going to drive value. It will be easier. But that's the road of a few product managers. The other one, well, that's the road most people are in. And you know what? It is your responsibility to drive value no matter where you are. But reality is the following. If you are here, in the harsh reality, there's a chance we will start doing something other than product management. I call it bullshit management. And what the heck is that? It is an art of doing things that create no value, but drain your energy. There's an equation behind it. The more bullshit you handle, the less value you create. Let me tell you, I have been doing more bullshit than product management. I started my career in product management 2012. Someone told me one thing. I like the way you talk. You make complex things simple. I wanted you to be a product manager. I said, sounds cool, but I have no idea what is that. In 2014, I got my first promotion. And the reason was very simple. You maximize the velocity of the team. Now we deliver 48 story points per sprint. Whatever that means, promoted me. That's bullshit. I didn't know that. The truth is the following. Bullshit is all over the place. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 common traps. Only 3, no more than that. And I want to equip all of you here to act today for a better tomorrow. Let's start with this one here. How big is your product backlog? When I moved to Germany, my first backlog had 1,762 items. I panicked. I didn't know what to do with that thing. What should I do with that? So there are 2 ways of managing the backlog. The one I call as the classic backlog management. It's something like this. Let's summarize. Every crap you have goes in, mixed with good ideas. But it will be very hard for you to separate the good from the bad. So you're going to have their old promise, new promise, nice to have, everything is there. And if you have this traditional way of managing the backlog, you know what's going to happen with you? You will be demoted. You become a backlog manager. Do you want that? Of course not. Let's do different. You want to do lean backlog management. Let's start very simple here. You separate the old from the new. Because only when the old goes away, the new will find its space. You need to get the new learnings in. And there's a friend I want to present to you. It is called the trash bin. Make your trash bin bigger. That's awesome. But that's not the only thing you need to do. There's something else. You have the new stuff there. But where are you going? That is your goal. Go, singular. If you have multiple goals, how can you focus? Putting more in parallel doesn't help. If that doesn't contribute to your goal, put it in the trash. Get the distractions out of the way. Whatever contributes to your goal, you put in the backlog. Keep it small enough. Don't make it bigger. So let's do the following. From today on, let's stop with this thing here. Let's do lean backlog management. I don't want you to be backlog manager. I have been long enough. It's bad. Look at this. How does your backlog item age on average? If it ages like wine, you treat like the longer it stays there, the better it becomes. This is bullshit. It's pretty damn wrong. Because context changed. And if you're not adapting your backlog to your context, you are ignoring learning. Treat it like milk. Once you open that, you know, it spoils very fast. So that was a thing that we had in the Agile Product Manifesto that I co-authored with many other people all over the world. One of them is sitting here. Thanks, Alexei. So backlog items age like milk, not wine. Keep that in your mind and use that as principle. This will help you. That's step number one. Now, we have more. Let's talk about the two. Have you ever heard about the most used framework in the world? The calendar-driven framework. Have you ever heard about this one? No? Let's have a conversation about it then. So most teams think they do something like that. Agile. I work with Kanban, Scrumban. I work with whatever it is. But reality is this. They will do whatever is in their calendar. Whatever is there, that's what they are going to follow. You will be busy. It doesn't mean you're doing the right things. Now, honest question. Who of you have more than 15 hours of meetings a week? Raise your hands. Okay. Keep it raised if it's more than 20. More than 30? Let's prioritize. Stop right now and delete meetings that you have in your calendar. It is normal as a product person to have exchange with others, have meetings. But meetings, they need to have a minimal level of structure. A meeting has a goal. And then you get people that have contribution to that goal to the meeting. If you have something between 20 and 30, you need to prioritize. More than 30, we need to talk. That's not sustainable. Within the hybrid way of working, it happened a phenomenon. Before we had physical limits. In the office, there's only a certain number of meeting rooms, right? So if there is no meeting room available, no meeting takes place. But what you do is still to solve the problem you have at hand somehow. Maybe by talking to someone over a cup of coffee. And there are also limited chairs in the physical office. But what about now? We have unlimited rooms and unlimited places. Then we have more meetings with more people. Awesome. Bullshit. Third one of today. How often do you say no? That's good. More than yes. That's good. So saying no is very important. One of the things that I learned throughout my life is that your ability of saying no will enable you to create more value. There are way more opportunities for you to tackle than you have capacity to. So you can have different strategies, but one thing you need to recognize is the impact of saying yes and no. It's very simple. Every yes you say is a responsibility you take, while no is a decision to remain focused. The question I have for you is, are you taking more responsibility or making more decisions to remain focused on what matters? There are several strategies to say no, but I will tell you what has worked with me. You don't say no to people. You help them say no to themselves. Ask questions. Bob said that in the beginning. It is the power of asking questions. What gives you confidence this is the right thing to do? Which job are we trying to solve? How do we know this is the right solution? Which evidence do you have to back that up? Ask questions. Keep asking. You can ask, how does it contribute to our strategy? How does it contribute to our goal? If it doesn't, you're going to put that in your friend, the trash bin. Not in the backlog, because if you put in the backlog, you create expectations. And then you won't be able to manage all of these expectations. The truth is the following. Facing bullshit is unavoidable. The question is, what are you going to do about it? There are many other things here. You can do just a bullshit check. Take a look at what is happening in your scenario. Maybe you don't like some things here, and you say, I want to change this. Today, one item at a time. Do gradual improvement. You have here on the top, focus on requirements. I hate requirements. Really, we should remove this word from the dictionary. People come to you and say it's required. It's not required. It is not. Most things are not. We need to understand the needs behind it. Then we can find better ways of solving it. All right, enough of complaining. Let's solve it. You need to bring the right ingredients to the game. That's your responsibility. And for that, remember, understand your scenario. Then you are going to find out what you can do today for better tomorrow. When you look to product management fundamentals, there are a few ingredients here. Strategy. There are many ways of creating your strategy, but you need to think about the outcome of that. Teams will make decisions faster because they know what matters and they know what doesn't matter. In summary, if you have good strategy, teams will do one thing. They will do the work instead of talking about work. Discovery will help you uncover what matters. Good product discovery helps you drop bad ideas fast enough. And delivery is all about creating value, not features. You're not a backlog manager, not anymore. And this is not a waterfall. Each item here is highly connected to each other. And it depends on your company stage and everything. For example, with startups, the strategy will evolve faster. Discovery will help you understand what you need to tweak there. The same goes with delivery and so on and so on. For today, I picked one item to have a chat with you. The reason I chose this item is because regardless of your situation, you can take responsibility and you can start changing things. The principle you need to have in mind is the following. You may need to ask for forgiveness, but not for permission. So let's talk about the discovery journey. This is what I call as the mindful discovery journey. Everything starts with a goal. And the goal is not saying I want to increase retention rate. The goal needs to have some more substance. You need to understand the trade-offs you have. Which are the cards that you can use? And you also need to understand the guardrail metrics. What are the things that you must protect? That will enable you to play the game. Once you know the goal, you can start understanding better your audience. And here is very simple. Get out and talk to customers. Yes, get out and talk to them. You need to understand what is natural, not what is rational. Understand what they are trying to achieve. I'm not going to go in depth in that because Bob did already in the morning. And then you have to uncover what I call as the value drivers. And the reason I use the term value drivers is to remind us everything we choose to do must drive value. Value for the customers, value for the business. And you need to figure out what value means in your context. But if you're not driving value, where are you going to put that? Who is your friend? Trash bin, that's it, you're going to put there. And then you will have more options to work on than capacity to. You have to prioritize and focus. And here is more like a small bet. So you're going to make something gradually. I'm not asking you to go all in. Think about how many customers would be impacted. How much do they care about it? What is the potential for the business? How does this help you differentiate? And what is your ability of solving that? Pick one item and then start talking about the future. And once you talk about the future, you need to explore wild ideas, maybe conservative ones, but you don't want to have only one solution, because if you do that, there are some more enemies in front of you. Confirmation bias, commitment escalation. You need to compare with different solutions. Start trying out, and then you see what happens. But then, you need to confront with reality. Deal with assumptions. Assumptions are beliefs we have that something is going to happen. But users, oh my God, they are going to surprise us. They're crazy. Keep in mind that untested assumptions are the mother of fuck-ups. And once you test your assumptions, you need to decide based on evidence, not on opinion. What did you learn? Then you decide if you want to move forward or not. What I showed here, it is a journey. It is not a waterfall process. And who are you? You are the driver. You are going to decide where you go, when, for how long. Sometimes you need to go forward, backward, take a left turn, a right turn. Here are the elements, and you know where to stop. But you need to know you are not the passenger. And sometimes we become the passenger. And who the heck the driver is? If it is not you, that's a problem. Because you are the value driver. You are going to ensure we create value. Otherwise, you become a backlog manager. We agreed already, right? We're going to kill this. And every time I encourage people to do the following: step back and reflect. When you look at your reality, it may be painful. But pain plus reflection, that is progress. If you don't do that, then it will be very hard. You can do some health checks. Let me give you one. We talked about discovery. Now let's look at delivery. Sebastian said it's not a problem anymore. I would agree, but it depends. So let's look at this. Which principle do you follow when you are delivering? Do you build it right from day one? Then it will be awesome. You are going to create solutions that are perfect, that nobody needs. Or do you have a different mindset? First you build to learn, then to scale. If we have software engineers here, sorry. First build to learn means we are going to use technical debt as much as possible. Yes, yes. But once it works, we pay that off. And if it doesn't work, trash. What about results? Are you like me in 2014, 48 story points? Promotion. If output is all that matters, backlog manager. If you look at the results, outcome, and that's what you are measuring, great. That's what we want to see more. And we're talking here about product delivery. And now let's look at this polemic topic. What is a good product? I think Rainer is here. Once he told me that many people think that a good product is a product that you have no features to add. Many people think like that. It has all the features you need, right? That's a great product. And truth, a good product is the one you have nothing else to remove. Because it knows the job it solves so damn well that it has no distractions. So how often do you remove features that you don't need? And how do you face failure? If whenever you face a failure, you ask a question, how are we going to avoid that in the future? You're going to kill innovation. Because you're going to create steps to avoid failures. But if you learn from it, then you can do better next time. It's different. And what about your backlog? We talked about this one, right? So if you look at your backlog and you cannot tell a story where you're going, I'm going to give you one audacious suggestion. Trash your whole backlog, and then you will talk about what really matters. Now let's face it, doing product is pretty damn hard. And you cannot change that. Either you like it or not, it's hard. That's it. It is what it is, right? The question I have for you is, what are you going to do about it? You have a choice. You can be the victim of the circumstance, and you are going to complain and complain. And guess what's going to happen? Nothing. You'll be just pissed off. And it still be the same. But you can be the hero of your story. You can change. It is on you. It is possible. So what is your choice? Thank you.
Nice. Well done. Thank you very much. Really good. I think there is for sure some questions for David here in the room, isn't it?
Just one thing before we answer the question. This book here, it is not a book about telling you how you do product management. It is a book about hope. So if you want to know more about it, go and check it out. I have also one thing. I have 2 books with me. If someone wants to get a hard copy signed, you can come with me and can get the book.
Perfect. Great.
You can get the Audible if you want, just released. So we can rock it together. Let's look forward to the question.
Yes, let's look for the question. It's a really great book. Okay, question. I think everybody is exhausted by now, right?
Oh, sorry for that.
Magnus, I have a really, really long hand. You know, my hand goes until the last row, and my hand is named Magnus. So, and no questions up there. Here is a question. Bob has a question.
I just want to say, this is what courage looks like. This is really courage. Like, this is, most people are afraid at work around these kinds of things. And the reality is, like, this is what it takes. It takes the language. It takes the, like, the way you deliver this. This is amazing, because at some point, people don't understand, like, you can do things, but you're afraid to. And courage is what, like, deleting it is like, you don't know what's going to happen. And you have to have that courage. So thank you for sharing the stories, and thank you for sharing the framework.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, I think you can't find better words at the end of a conference, right? So no more questions to ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please give him a warm applause.
Let's rock the road together.